Hi, hello my dear students. Welcome back to chemistry class beta. So in the last class we have seen about the Planck's quantum theory. So the postulates of Planck quantum theory and equation of Planck's quantum theory like E equal to h mu and E equals to nh nu. Yes or no beta? And after that, based on such Planck's quantum theory, I have given to you some of the very important objective point of view formulas like energy of 1 mole of proton and E total equals to E1 plus E2, and such relation also I have given to you, such E1 by E2 equals to lambda 2 by lambda 1, and also other relations I have included. So based on all the formulas of Planck's quantum theory, we have solved some of the NCERT questions. Okay, so such all things we have did in the previous video class. Okay, now good. Now here in this video class I am going to be explain about the a very important topic, that is nothing but the photoelectric effect. ठीक है बेटा? So what we are going to discuss now, we are going to be discuss about the photoelectric effect. So in this concept, what we have to be discuss? The thing mean is, sir, what is mean by question number 1? What is mean by photoelectric effect? And who introduced and furtherly developed by whom? And after that, we have to know the information about photoelectric cell. Okay? And in that photoelectric cell, by the incident of light or photon, what are the observations are going on? And based on such observations, finally we have to write, finally we have to frame a equation. That equation is known as photoelectric equation. Okay, so finally our motto is we have to derive a photoelectric equation. Are you clear? Yes. So now follow me beta. Okay, now it was more important than the Planck's quantum theory. Okay? Yes. Let me consider first of all one by one little bit introduction I want to give you. The concept of photoelectric effect, it was explained by the, first of all, it was introduced by the, so the scientist name is nothing but what beta? Hedge. Who is the scientist? Hedge. At first time, the concept of photoelectric effect, it was introduced or proposed by the scientist. Scientist name is nothing but Hedge. So he has introduced that effect in the year is nothing but what, Nana? 1887, 1887. And after that, such photoelectric effect, that concept was completely designed by the, the concept of photoelectric cell. It is the concept, it was completely designed and completely explained by the scientist. The name of scientist name is nothing but what beta? Einstein's. Who is the scientist, Nana? Einstein's. Okay, all of you? Yes. So listen carefully once again. The concept of photoelectric effect, at first time it was introduced by the Hedge, and after that followed by, it was explained by whom beta? Einstein. In the year is nothing but the 1905, means in the year of 1905. Okay, very good. And listen carefully, try to remember one introduction point. Sir, which type of metals they are going to exhibit the photoelectric effect? Of course, all the metallic substances, due to their electropositivity nature. What is mean by electropositivity? The tendency to lose the electrons. The tendency to lose the electrons on exposure to the incident light. Okay, beta. So all the metals, due to their more electropositivity, definitely have to say that they are going to exhibit the photoelectric effect. Okay, metal means in P block also some of the metals are there, and D block mostly all are metals, and in S block mostly all are metals. But sir, which metal goes to be exhibit maximum photoelectric effect? For that answer is I want to say that alkali metals, which metals? Alkali metals, nothing but which are belongs to the S block, and especially I want to say that in that S block I want to consider the 1A group. So in entire periodic table, the group with highest atomic sizes, that is nothing but what, Nana? 1A group. In entire periodic table, most electropositive metals are present in the group. Again, the group is nothing but 1A group. So alkali metals or 1A group elements which are present in S block, nothing but which are present in first group of the periodic table, they contains large atomic sizes. Due to their large atomic sizes, and reason number 2 is due to their more electropositivities, they can be easily loses the electron, easily releases the electron. The meaning is nothing but they shows maximum photoelectric effect. So 1A group metals, okay, or we can say alkali metals, they are going to exhibit the maximum photoelectric effect. They are going to exhibit what, beta? Maximum photoelectric effect. Okay, so question answer. Sir, why alkali metals they are going to exhibit the maximum photoelectric effect? So the reason is nothing but already I have told you. Reason number 1 is we can say that alkali metals they are having large sizes, means we can say that they are having largest atomic sizes. The meaning of largest atomic size means the valency electrons which are present in outermost orbit, they will be free from the nucleus. So by the fall of incident light, they will absorb the energy and they will get excited. That means electrons can be easily released out from the metal. That is the concept of what, Nana? Photoelectric effect. Okay, so due to their large size, outer electrons are free from the nucleus, so we can easily loses the electron. Means alkali metals they have the tendency to easily donate the electron. Such tendency we have to say that they are having, alkali metals they are having more electropositive nature. So due to this mainly 2 things, we have to be say that alkali metals they are going to show maximum photoelectric effect. I hope you understand this introduction. Okay, sir, what are the examples of alkali metals? Yes, I am going to show you the example. One is nothing but the lithium, one more is nothing but the sodium, and one more is nothing but the potassium, and one more is nothing but the rubidium, and one more is nothing but what, beta? Cesium. In that manner, we have to discuss. Okay, so all these all are nothing but what, Nana? 1A group metals. So which contain largest size, top to bottom. Once again, I am going to show you lithium and sodium Na, next potassium Ka, and next rubidium Rb, and next one is nothing but Cs, cesium. All these are nothing but the 1A group metal. They contain large sizes and more electropositivity. But you know very well in the 10th class we have studied clearly top to bottom in every group atomic size or atomic radius goes to be increases. That means in that all top to bottom atomic size increases, so which contain largest size cesium. So in entire periodic table, the element or atom with highest atomic size cesium, the element or atom with more electropositive nature cesium. That means due to these 2 higher values, cesium shows highest and maximum photoelectric effect. This is a question repeated in NEET exam. Among the following, which metal shows maximum photoelectric effect? Answer is nothing but what, beta? Cesium. Because of reason, the reason is nothing but it contains largest size and it contains more electropositivity nature. So come on, which shows maximum photoelectric effect? The order of photoelectric effect which shows maximum cesium. Cesium shows maximum photoelectric effect. And after that, they have to give the importance to rubidium. And after that, they have to give the importance to potassium. And next one is I'm going to give the importance to the metal, that is nothing but sodium. Next one is I'm going to give you the importance to the what beta? Lithium. Okay, yes, once again I'm going to make the revision. Try to be focused now. Lithium, sodium, potassium, rubidium, cesium, all are 1A group metals. All they are nothing but alkali metals. They shows maximum photoelectric effect. But in that all, which shows maximum? The answer is nothing but what beta? Cesium. It will shows the maximum photoelectric effect because of top to bottom. Their atomic sizes and electropositive nature goes to be increases. Due to increase of these two, cesium shows highest and maximum and evergreen photoelectric effect nature. So in entire periodic table out of 118 element, which metal shows maximum photoelectric effect? So maximum photoelectric effect to maximum size and maximum electropositivity. For all three, the answer is nothing but what beta? Cesium. So all of you my dear students, try to be focused a lot on what? Cesium. This introduction was enough to you. Now here I am going to give you the definition. Okay? Yeah, beta. So the definition is here I am going to show you now. Yes, listen carefully. So first of all beta, I am going to consider a metal sheet, any one metal as you wish, no problem. Or you can consider copper, or you can consider silver, or you can consider magnesium. They should contain metallic nature. If you consider alkali metal means you can easily absorb the photoelectric effect. There is a difference. But every metal shows photoelectric nature now. Good. Anyway, I have taken here first of all a sheet of metal surface, or we can say it is a metal sheet. Okay, I am going to write, you suppose it is nothing but metal sheet. Because of you know very well, metals they are having which nature? Malleable nature. That means they can be converted into sheet nature. Anyway, metal sheet I am going to be consider any metal as you wish, no problem. Metal means definitely in that number of metal atoms will be there. First suppose metal sheet is copper sheet. That means in that number of copper atoms will be there. Again in every copper atom there will be number of electrons. So simply we have to say that metal sheet contains number of electrons. Metal sheet contains what nana? Number of electrons. Yes. And try to remember, so it is a metal sheet, or we can say metal foil. It contains a number of metallic atoms, nothing but it contains a number of electrons. So number of electrons are present in the surface of metal sheet. So we can say it is nothing but the surface of, it is nothing but we have to say that it is nothing but surface of what nana? Yeah, metal surface. Yes, I have to consider metal surface. So in the surface of metal we can see the number of electrons. Now listen carefully. Number of electrons they are present in metal surface. That means definitely between the electrons and here nucleus will be there in every atom. So there will be some attractive forces will be there. Yes or no beta? Yeah, just to remember that point I will tell you. Yes. So the metal sheet, or we can say metal surface, which contains the number of electrons, and you suppose it was exposing to the incident light, or we can say here I am going to consider, you suppose it is nothing but light, or we can say it is nothing but a photon, and you have to be suppose that photon symbol is nothing but h nu. You know that very well, or we can say quantum, or we can say h nu. Okay, right. So one of the light, and also we can say this is nothing but photon, and also we can consider, we can say it is nothing but light. So a light or photon which contains suitable what nana? Frequency. And listen carefully. In that photon symbol is what? H nu. In that nu is nothing but what? Frequency. So the photon or light which contains a suitable frequency, when it going to be incident on the surface of metal, when it going to be falls on the surface of metal. But we know very well, in the surface of metal, here number of electrons are there. So number of electrons which are present in the surface of metal, they will absorb a little amount of energy, they will absorb a part of energy from the incident photon. So by the gain of energy from the incident photon, the electrons which are present in the surface, they will get excited. Okay, so after the excitation, after the gain of energy, the electrons which are present in the metal surface, they will get excited, and finally they are going to be comes out, means they are going to be released out. Like this we can write now. Okay, so once again, a photon or light with a suitable frequency, when it going to be strikes on the surface of metal, when it going to be falls on the surface of metal, so from that surface of metal, okay, now we can see the number of electrons, and all the electrons which are present on the surface of electron, they are going to be gain the energy, I mean not completely, okay, a part of photon energy, a part of light energy, that will be gained by the electrons, and they will get excited, and finally they will be comes out. So the electrons are releasing out from the surface of metal. Okay, all of you ready, Nana? So once again, the electrons are releasing out, the electrons are coming out from the surface of metals only by the a part of gain of energy from the light, incident light. Okay, so the electrons are coming out, the electrons are releasing out from the surface of what? Metal. So this is a particular word we have to be say that it is nothing but the process is known as, this process we have to be say that this is called ejection of electron. Which word we have to use, Nana? Ejection. So once again, sir, what is mean by ejection? Ejection means, in our language we can say released or we can say removed, no problem. So the electrons which are ejected, nothing but which are released from the surface of metal, from the surface of metal. But condition is what? When metal was struck, okay, now by a incident light, light should contain suitable frequency. Light should contain suitable frequency. So final touch I am going to give you. When a photon or light with a suitable frequency, when it makes striking on the surface of metal, from that surface of metal, the electrons by the gain of energy, they will get excited and they will be comes out. Means release of electron takes place, or we can say ejection of electron takes place from the surface of metal. But condition is when the metals are exposed to a photon with suitable frequency. And this is known as what, Nana? Photoelectric effect. Definition was clear. Short definition. Photo means by the fall of photon. Electric, nothing but release of electron takes place. Answer was over. Once again, photo means by the incident of photon on the surface of what? Metal. Automatically from the surface of metal there will be release of, there will be ejection of electron will be takes place. So release of electron due to fall of photon, this is known as what, Nana? Photoelectric effect. Very good. Definition clear? What is the definition? So you have to be focused on this word only, ejection. The meaning of ejection is nothing but release of electrons from the surface of metal. But the condition is that metal surface should be exposed to the photon, exposed to the light, and light should contain a minimum, suitable frequency. Bus. Okay, all of you. So the process of, we can say that ejection of electron from the surface of metal But when metal will be striked, okay, when metal will be strikes with a photon with suitable frequency. Definition was clear. But listen carefully, all of you. So to exhibit photoelectric effect, we have to be apply one condition. One condition we must be applied, beta. That condition I am going to tell you. So if you want to observe, okay, whatever that may be, the metal, maybe lithium or sodium or any metal. Metal, first suppose if it's showing or exhibiting photoelectric effect, means that should follow one condition. So the condition to exhibit photoelectric effect is, I want to say that nu greater than nu naught. Sir, what is mean by nu and what is mean by nu naught? The meaning of nu is, we can say that frequency of, we can say that what beta? Frequency of incident light. Frequency of incident light, and also we can say that frequency of incident photon. Sir, what is mean by nu naught? The meaning of nu naught, it is, we have to say that, this is, we have to say that threshold frequency. What we can say, beta? Threshold frequency. I hope first time you are hearing this word. Sir, first of all, what is mean by threshold frequency? In our own language, we can say a simple meaning. The meaning of threshold frequency is, we can say that metal frequency. What we can say, beta? Metal frequency. So I am going to show you now. Listen carefully. The metal may be lithium or maybe sodium or maybe potassium or maybe rubidium or maybe cesium. And all these types of metals, they are not having same types of attractive forces. They are not having same types of arrangement. Okay, so whatever that may be, definitely they are having different types of attractive forces. I mean, different types of lattice energies. Yes, sir. So on the basis of that concept, we have to say that each and every metal in nature, each and every metal that contains a minimum characteristic suitable frequency, that is called threshold frequency. So threshold frequency is nothing but metal frequency. So each and every metal that will contains a characteristic amount of minimum frequency, that one we have to say that threshold frequency. So you don't need to remember the definition of threshold frequency. Threshold frequency is nothing but what? Metal frequency. Metal frequency is constant for each and every metal. That's why I am saying every metal contains, for suppose lithium and sodium, magnesium, calcium, whatever that may be. Every metal that will be contain certain fixed characteristic amount of frequency. Such metal frequency we have to say that threshold frequency. So metal frequency or threshold frequency, that was denoted by the symbol that is nothing but nu naught. But what is meant by nu? Frequency of incident light. This is the meaning. Frequency of incident light, frequency of incident photon. Yes, this is nothing but nu. Okay, so this is nothing but metal surface. Metal contain what? Nu naught, and incident light contain nu. Incident light contain nu, and metal surface contain nu naught. Clear, Nana? But listen carefully. As compared to the metal frequency, the frequency of incident photon, that must be higher. Once again, frequency of incident photon or frequency of incident light which is falling on the surface of metal, that light should contain more frequency as compared to the metal frequency. So as compared to metal frequency, incident light contain more frequency. If light contain more frequency, means it can easily remove the electron. Okay, so the effect of, okay, ejection of electron, or we can say photoelectric effect, this is the concept we can see only by applying the condition nu greater than nu naught. So the answer is frequency of incident light, that is nothing but nu, that must be higher than the metal frequency, or we can say threshold frequency of the metal. I hope you understand this condition clearly. Very good. Okay, now as per Einstein's, I am going to give you some information about the photoelectric cell. So what happened, Nana? First of all, we have to be considered a glass chamber. What we considered glass chamber consider karna, and that should be in the form of same vacuum manner, because of inside that chamber, okay, na presence of there should not be other gases. Because of why? If any other gases are there, definitely their involvement will be takes place, and they are also having number of electrons, so we won't get a clear photoelectric effect. That's why we have to maintain a vacuum chamber, or we can say empty glass chamber. Good. In that empty vacuum chamber, one side I am going to arrange a metal sheet. This is the metal sheet I have arranged, and metal sheet contain same diagram I have given. Number of electrons are there. Okay, metal sheet contain number of electrons. Number of electrons, they are present in what? Metal surface, and metal contain frequency what? Nu naught. Bas. Good. Now you suppose such metal surface which containing the number of electrons, such metal surface which containing the number of electrons and which containing the threshold frequency, when it was exposed to a beam of light, or we can say when it was exposed to a light with suitable frequency, the frequency is nothing but nu. Okay na beta, and condition was applicable, frequency of nu or frequency of incident light that must be higher than metal frequency, or we can say threshold frequency. So condition also applicable. Okay, so now what will be happen once again? So listen Nana, when a photon or light which contains suitable frequency which was more than metal frequency, such powerful light or photon, when it going to be strikes on the surface of metal, when it going to be incident on the surface of metal, automatically the electrons which are present in the metal surface, they will gain a part of light energy, and they will get excited, okay now, and they will be comes out or released out. Means ejection of electron takes place, ejection of electron takes place from the surface of metal, but the condition is metal should be exposed to a light should contain more frequency as compared to the metal. Okay na beta, right? So whether the electrons are releasing or not, whether the electrons are releasing or not, so to detect such electrons, to detect such emitted electrons, to detect such released electrons, at left side we have to be arrange a particular apparatus. That apparatus is known as detector. What we can say, beta? Detector. So they may ask you the question, why we are using detector in photoelectric cell? So the detector importance is, it will detect, the meaning is nothing but detector can counts the number of electrons, how many electrons are ejected, how many electrons are released from the metal surface. They can be counted by the detector, and also detector it contains another use. So detector can count the ejected electrons, and also it can count the kinetic energy of the ejected electron. How many electrons are releasing, and what about that kinetic energy? How many electrons are releasing, and what about their kinetic energy? These two things we can detect or identify by using the apparatus is nothing but what, beta? Detector. Okay, so detector, it was denoted by positive sign, means we have to say that it going to be act as anode pole, and metal sheet it was denoted by negative symbol, means we have to say that it going to be act as what, on a cathode pole. Now two oppositely charged poles, they are connected to the what, nana? Battery. I mean connected to the external circuit. But between battery and anode plate, between battery and detector, here we are going to arrange another apparatus. What we are going to arrange? Ammeter we are arranging. What is the use of ammeter? To measure the current. Yes or no? To measure the electricity. Sir, here where is electricity is not producing now? Here electricity is producing. If you want, you can see. So when, listen. So light or photon with a suitable frequency, when it going to be strikes on the surface of metal, the metal surface electrons, they will absorb a part of its light energy and they're going to be emitted out. So such released electron, we have to say that ejection, or we can say photoelectric effect. So the released photoelectrons, they are releasing from cathode and moving towards the anode. So flow of electron, it will indicate the electric current, or we can say electron current. So how many electrons are releasing? So what is the flow of electron? What is the kinetic energy of electron? Everything we are detecting by what? Detector. Nothing but such flow of electrons that will indicate the electricity or current. That current we can measure by using ammeter reading. Okay, I hope you understand about the diagram. But listen carefully. Mainly we have to see two observations. Number one is, and you suppose these two observations are evergreen and very, very, very important. Okay, now focus on observation. Light or photon. Photon means energy will be absorbed and emitted, I have told you. So here, for suppose energy will be absorbed by the energy goes to be transmitted, energy goes to be struck on the surface of metal in the form of photon. No problem. Photon is nothing but form of energy. Okay, ready? And you suppose, just imagine photon, you suppose that may contains 100% of energy. But total 100% of energy we are not utilizing for the removal of electron. Okay, now in that photon 100% of energy, just we are using a little part of energy, a very small part of photon energy we are utilizing for the removal of electron from the surface of metal. Okay, sir, a part of photon energy we have utilized for the removal of electron. Very good. Sir, what about remaining energy of the photon? So the rule number 2 is, so the remaining energy of the photon that will release us, and we can say that will appear in the form of kinetic energy. In the form of kinetic energy. So in the form of kinetic energy of what? In the form of kinetic energy of ejected electrons. So once again, photon is nothing but a form of energy, and you suppose it may contain 100% of energy. But a part of its photon energy we are utilizing for the removal of electron from the surface of metal. And the remaining energy of photon that will be released along with the electron in the form of kinetic energy. Bas. Okay. So total energy of photon we are utilizing in how many ways? 2 ways. Number 1, we are utilizing for the removal of electron. Remaining energy that was releasing in the form of kinetic energy of the electron. Okay. So based on such two observations, we have to write the equation. Once again, I am going to write the observation number 1. So before going to know the observation, I am going to tell you, when a photon, what is the symbol of photon? The symbol is nothing but HU. When a photon strikes the surface of metal, when a photon strikes the surface of metal, in that case, what are the two changes we are going to see? Okay, yeah, you have to be focused here clearly. Number 1 change I am going to tell you now. Condition समझे? When a photon or light with suitable frequency, when it incident on the surface of metal, when it causes striking on the surface of metal, in that cases, what are the two changes? Number 1, a part of photon energy, or we can say a part of its energy, we are utilizing for the removal of electron. A part of its energy, it was used for the, what Nana? Yes, it was used for removal of electrons. It was used for removal of electrons. So a part of photon energy we have utilized for the removal of electrons from the surface of what? Metal. So from the surface of metal, here we are removing electron. That means inside the surface of metal or in that metal, we have to be imagine that some work function was occur because of from that metal we are removing electron ना बेटा, means we are overcoming the okay ना अपन यहाँ पर क्या कर रहे हैं okay ना the forces between electron and nucleus we are making overcome ना. That means we are doing some work function in that metal. That work function is equals to energy required to remove the electron. So a part of its energy we are utilizing for the removal of what Nana? Electron. So we have to say that such energy is equals to work function. Such energy is equals to what Nana? Work function. So they can ask you, sir, what is mean by work function? Work function, it can be denoted by the symbol that is nothing but W. But what is mean by work function? Work function here, it was occurring, okay, or we can say it was taking place inside the metal for purposes what? So just a small definition. Work function is nothing but energy, or we can say that required energy for the removal of electron from the surface of metal. So that is known as work function. But work function is nothing but what I have told you. Okay, energy required to remove the electron. But energy taken from where? Photon. What is the symbol of photon? H mu. Sir, but H mu is nothing but total energy, sir. But here for work function and for the removal of electron, we are not using total energy. Just a part of energy from photon we are using for the removal of electron. That is one we are saying work function. But work function is not equals to total energy of photon. That means here we have to write that W equals to H nu naught. W equals to not H mu. I hope you understand. H nu means total photon energy, but total photon energy we are not using. A part of its energy we are using for the removal of electron. That energy is equals to work function. So W is equals to not H nu, W is equals to H nu naught. Sir, why W equal to H mu naught we are writing? Energy required for the removal of electron. Energy is nothing but what? H mu, quantum form. But that energy we are utilizing for the removal of electron, where? In that metal. But metal frequency is what? Nu naught. That's why I am writing H nu naught. Bas. So a part of photon energy we are utilizing for the removal of electron. That one we have to say that work function, and also we can say that another name of work function is known as threshold energy. Which energy? Threshold energy. So they can ask you, sir, what is mean by threshold energy or work function? Threshold energy or work function is nothing but a part of photon energy which is utilized for the removal of electrons from the surface of metal. That is known as work function or threshold energy. It is for formula W equals to H nu naught. Okay, now beta, good. So a part of energy we are utilizing for the removal of electron. What about remaining energy of the photon? Remaining energy of the photon, it will releases in the form of kinetic energy of the released electron. So here I am going to write that remaining energy of photon that will releases, and also we can say that will appears in the form of kinetic energy of ejected electrons. In the form of kinetic energy of ejected electrons. In the form of what, Nana? Kinetic energy of ejected electrons. Okay, ready? So based on these two observations, finally we have to write the photoelectric effect equation. Yes. Okay. So when a photon or light with suitable frequency nu, when it going to be strikes on the surface of metal, in that case we are going to see two observations. A small part of its energy we are utilizing for the removal of electron from where? Metal. So that is called work function or threshold energy. And remaining energy of the photon, that is releasing in the form of, okay, now kinetic energy of the ejected electrons. Good, right. So totally here I am going to read that finally we have to say that total energy of striking photon, total energy of, what is the total energy? H mu, E equals to H mu. Okay, total energy of striking photon, H mu is equals to, so H nu is equals to, so total energy of striking photon is H nu, E equals to H nu, means it is nothing but 100%. But out of H mu, out of 100, a part of its energy we are utilizing for the removal of electron, that is equals to what? Work function. Okay, so a part of its energy we are utilizing for the removal of electron, that is equals to what, Nana? Work function. This is from first observation. And remaining energy of photon appears in the form of what? Remaining energy of photon appears in the form of kinetic energy of ejected electrons. This is the main formula. So when we simplify this statement, total energy of the photon H nu is equals to work function. The symbol of work function is nothing but W, plus, and kinetic energy of the releasing electron, that is we have to say that Ke. So H nu is equals to, what is the formula? H nu is equals to W plus Ke. This is the equation we have to be say that, we have to be called that. It is known as Einstein's photoelectric equation. What we can say, beta? Einstein's photoelectric equation. Einstein's photoelectric equation. Okay, beta. So what is the Einstein's photoelectric equation? Total energy of the incident photon H nu, that was utilized in two ways. Some energy we are using for the removal of electron, that is equals to work function. Remaining energy automatically that goes to be released in the form of kinetic energy of the released electron. Okay, beta? Yes, this formula you must be remember. But we can modify this small formula into any other small other forms. So that is nothing but we can say that. But I want to say that W. What is meant by W? Work function, or we can say threshold energy, or we can say energy required to remove the electron. But this is the value equals to what? H nu naught. So work function is nothing but W. W is nothing but what, Nana? Okay, now work function. It was required. It is the energy. Okay, now energy required to remove the electron. So energy, what is the formula of energy? H nu. But this is not incident light energy. Energy required to remove the electron from where? Metal. But metal frequency is mu naught. So in the place of W, we can write H nu naught. And also, we know the formula very well. That is nothing but kinetic energy Ke equals to half mv square. Kinetic energy Ke equals to half mv square. Okay. So when we simplify these two formulas in the above equation, so we will get the final formula. So that is nothing but what, Nana? Is in the photon total incident energy is equal to what? H nu. H nu is nothing but total energy of the incident photon. It is equals to W, nothing but work function. So one in the place of work function we can write H mu naught. And also we can write in the place of Ke, you can write half mv square. Otherwise, if you want, you can write Ke also as you wish now. And definitely based on this formula, we are going to solve number of NCERT textbook problems that we are going to discuss in tomorrow's class. And also we can modify this equation into any other form. So that is nothing but total energy of the photon h nu is equals to, and work function formula is nothing but h nu naught. Same formula I have written here. In the place of kinetic energy, we can write the original form of kinetic energy, that is nothing but what, Nana? H nu is equals to h u naught plus half mv square. M is nothing but what? Mass of the ejected electron, and that value you know, 9.1 into 10 to the power of minus 31 kg. Okay, constant value, Nana. And v is nothing but what? Velocity of the released electron or ejected electron which are coming from the metal surface, and nu is nothing but incident light frequency, nu naught is nothing but metal frequency. Every data you know very well. Okay, right, but listen carefully. From this photoelectric effect, they are going to ask you the question. So a part of energy we are utilizing for the removal of electron, but what about remaining energy that was releasing in the form of kinetic energy of the ejected electron? So now they are going to ask you the question, what is the formula to calculate kinetic energy of the ejected electron? So such released electrons from the metal surface, they contains what about the kinetic energy? So that final formula I want to tell you now. Formula to calculate kinetic energy of ejected electrons. Okay, so that formula we can write Ke is equals to, simply from this equation we can modify our required formula. Kinetic energy Ke is equals to total energy of the photon h nu. When we consider this left side, so automatically h nu naught becomes what, Nana? H, okay, nu naught we have to be right now. So kinetic energy Ke is equals to h nu minus h nu naught, and when we simplify this formula, kinetic energy Ke equals to, in both the forms h is the common beta, so now we can write nu minus nu naught. And finally I am going to modify the equation kinetic energy Ke equals to h into, in the place of nu, nothing but frequency, you know the formula, c by lambda. Here we can write c by lambda, here also we can write c by lambda, but here we have to write lambda naught. So c both common beta, so finally I am going to write hc into, here we can write 1 by lambda, here we can write 1 by lambda naught. This is your final formula for the calculation of kinetic energy of the ejected electron from the metal surface. Any one respective formula you can use for the calculation of the released electrons from the metal surface. Okay beta, good. And few more applications are there from the photoelectric effect, and such applications are very important for competitive point of view. And based on such applications, we have to draw 4 graphs. So applicative points of photoelectric effect and their graphs, and based on photoelectric effect problems, all that we will continue in tomorrow's class. Okay na beta?